sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are. Welcome, everybody, and hello. My name is Andrew David. You're in the midst of a challenge. You should be working a little bit each and every day, making yourself a little bit better. Some of you guys are participating. Those of you that haven't jumped on board yet, now's the time to do it. One thing I want us to kind of focus on during this as well is, what everything around us looks like and how it affects us. So, how many people have ever heard of the Okavango Delta Lions? Anybody? Bruce, there you go. Well, Bruce, you're from South Africa, so. All right, Okavango Delta Lions. Here's why they're a little bit different. So this is an area inside of Botswana, okay? And there is this delta. It's almost like this island, the way that the water comes through. It's one of these areas that's become, an international preserve. I can't remember the official term, but it's one where all of the countries of the world have kind of gotten together and said, yeah, we want to, protect that area because it's where some of the fresh water comes through. It's where the elephants, they walk through. Elephants where even when there's not as much water, their feet are extra sensitive, so they can sense the water below ground. So they'll use their tusks, they'll dig things out. It allows the cranes and everything else to come in. Well, there's also in this area, the way the river runs through this delta, it creates a lot of extra marshland as well. And then that area kind of sets off this larger area that's kind of like an island in the middle of the delta almost. There's these lions that are there. It's a smaller population compared with everywhere else. Now, overall, lions still on that endangered list because now they think there's somewhere between 20 and 30,000. Whereas 50 years ago, there was as many as 400,000. So it's awful the way things have worked out. But there's the 20 to 30,000 throughout Africa. There's somewhere, there's a few hundred that live in this area, right, in this delta. Well, these lions are a little different than lions everywhere else. These lions have grown stronger, faster, and larger than lions anywhere else because their environment has forced them to adapt. They've changed, right? Now, lions typically, they'll hunt in packs, right? They're not called packs, right? What are they? Pride, excuse me. They've got their pride of lions. They typically will, they're up earlier. Now, lions also sleep for a while, but you would too if you're outside in that heat all day long. But when they hunt, there's this abundance of buffalo. So they're consistently going after these larger buffalo. There's plenty of meat, but they've been forced to become almost larger because of the type of prey that they're taking down. And then they're also tromping through the marshland, which causes their bodies or muscles to work harder. So they're consistently, these are the largest lions in the world in this one little area because their environment is different, right? They're around other lions that are working harder. They're around other lions that are working out. They're around other lions that are eating better. And they've all become a little bit better. And part of it's because of where they're spending all of their time. So you're in the midst of a challenge right now. Part of your day is going to be spent with a bunch of lions here that mentally are working to better themselves, to become better and faster and stronger and smarter. But guys, look around your house and look around with the people that you've got near you and look around with what you're doing and where you're going and everything else, right? Where are you spending your time? Okay. Is your house organized or is it, is there clutter? My desk, I constantly, a couple of times a week, I have to come in because I will clutter that up in a second. So I take time, I clean it off, I organize myself so I can get back to peace. I've got weights right here. I've got other stuff. I've got, my Phoenix set up, things that inspire me so that when I come in and I'm going to get to work, I get to work. If you have the luxury of having a spot in your home that is set up for business, then utilize that, right? If all you have is the dining room table or the kitchen table, which I totally get, that was me for a lot of years. If that's all that you have, heck, when I started my online marketing business, I had a little blue laptop and I had my bed and I would sit there. But before I did, I made sure that I cleaned up the room and the atmosphere so that when I was doing it, the atmosphere that I had, the environment that I had, lent itself to work, right? Find ways to increase the possibility of success in the environment in which you are. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If it's full of snacks and treats and candy and everything else, then you got to get rid of that. That's not going to help your health. And if you're trying to say, well, my husband, my kids, my this, they like it, well, have a tough conversation, because that's not the best thing for me. I need to get rid of it, right? If I get that call late, hey, honey, you want some Taco Bell? No, you come home with that, I'm going to go lock myself in the room. I don't want anything. I don't want to see it, especially 11 o'clock at night, right? Love her to death, but occasionally, I mean, more often than not, I'm sitting right next to her having, a burrito anyway, but you get my point. Do as I say, not as I'm doing. Find a way to increase, what you've got around you. We've talked about the value of, your circle. You become the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. It goes beyond that second, third, fourth layers. It affects you in more ways than you can imagine, but your environment plays a big role in that. So what are you watching? What are you consuming? What is around you? How organized are you? What do things look like? Take care of your environment. Take care of yourself. So today's challenge, I'm only going 10 minutes. You're all going to become lions today. You're going to look around your environment and you're going to say, all right, so what can I do to make what I've got around me better? So if you need to go organize a little bit, if you need to do a load of laundry, if you need to put a load of laundry away, because be honest, how many of you guys have a load of laundry right now that's clean and that's just been sitting there? Now some of you guys are looking at me like, no. Todd's like, no. Todd's wife does it. No, I'm kidding. I'm guilty of that. I've got a load of clean laundry that's sitting right there in the closet. I got to go hang it up, put everything away. Whatever it is, guys. I'm just throwing out weird examples, but figure out what you need to do to organize yourself a little bit better. Spend the next 10 to 15, 20 minutes doing that. I promise you do that. It'll make you feel better the rest of your day. Go pick that junk drawer that you got in the kitchen that almost everybody has and go organize some of that, right? But try and tackle something that you can get done in the next 10 to 15 minutes, or at least make significant progress on. Everybody cool with that? That's your challenge right now. Add that into becoming, increasing your effort with your professional life and everything else. Maybe this is something that'll help kind of bring peace to your spirit or soul, whatever. Go ahead and make that happen. We're going to eat a Mexican pizza. Forrest, she went the other day and they said they're not going to have Mexican pizza at that location anymore. It was back for like a very short time. So I don't know.
That happened to me too. They got rid of it.
They brought it back and they're like, ha, teasing you. It's gone now. Anyway, guys, find a way to make your environment better. That's your task for today. Okay.
Is that through the Skype, Andrew? Is that through the Skype group?
Is what through the Skype group?
The challenge, the 30-day challenge? Or
so we're doing 100 days. I mean, I occasionally post in there to remind people of it, but yeah, there's the Google sheet is in there. We talked about the other day. So the challenge is essentially pick 2 to 3 items for each of these categories. It's body, mind, spirit, heart, and then effort, which is kind of business, professional, something along those lines. Yeah, okay. The 5 pillars. Okay. So 2 to 3 items for each one. So these aren't inside those items. I'm not putting in a long-term goal on there. I'm putting in some kind of daily task that I can do each and every day, because the reality is not every single day are you going to complete all 10 or 15 of these things, right? So if you have a day where you're like, oh, I didn't get this task done, subconsciously, it's a lot better for you than I didn't complete my goals today.
Got it. Okay.
Because if you're consistently treating your tasks every day like a goal, like a long-term goal, then when it's time to set a long-term goal, now you beat yourself up for the last 3 months, like, oh, I'm at a 65, 70% with my goals. Odds of me hitting a long-term goal just ain't going to happen. No, so I'm going to set something up so each and every day I can accomplish some tasks. And then I'm going to look at those tasks and go, look at how much I've done. This is great, right? So your task that I'm throwing out there today, and hopefully you guys are doing some affirmations and you're sitting down and you're writing out your goals. And, like I've got my book. I mention this all the time, but each and every day I'm writing out, like, It's the same thing. These are my goals, my longer term goals, but intermixed with these personally, I've got affirmations, right, that are kind of written out in a way that help me, that I absolutely 100% believe has helped me increase in a lot of different ways. It's helped me with my relationship. It's helped me with my business. It's helped me with business relationships. It's helped me personally. It helps me remind me about health goals that I've got. So hopefully you're doing your affirmations, you're reading, you're taking care of you. Today, the simple task I'm giving you guys, find something to do to better the environment that you're in. So whether it's getting rid of some snacks that you shouldn't have, it's organizing your desk, it's doing some laundry, it's the junk drawer, it's cleaning out the car, it's whatever. Ryan's vacuuming right now. Good. Do something so you can go, oh, check that off. Good. All right. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys go out, get something done. Appreciate you. Talk with everybody tomorrow. Take care, guys. Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are.